Lesson 1. Building your sacred crystal collection, the essential foundation. Welcome to your transformative journey into the magical world of crystal healing and spiritual empowerment. Just as a skilled carpenter carefully selects and accumulates the perfect tools for their craft, hammers for strength, screwdrivers for precision, and saws for cutting through obstacles, you too will build a growing collection of powerful crystals, each one serving as a sacred tool for healing, manifestation, and spiritual growth. This beautiful process is remarkably similar to any master craftsperson developing their expertise through the careful acquisition of specialized instruments. When a novice carpenter begins their first project, perhaps something as simple yet meaningful as building a charming birdhouse, they quickly discover that different tasks require different tools. They need various saws, one designed for ripping long boards with clean, straight cuts, another for making precise, delicate cuts, and yet another specialized tool for cutting intricate, artistic shapes and curves. Additionally, they require sharpening tools to maintain their equipment, protective oils for preservation and maintenance, various screwdrivers designed for different types of screws and applications, and a reliable hammer for securing the roof and completing their beautiful creation. Over time, through experience and growing wisdom, they naturally accumulate exactly the tools they need based on the specific projects they encounter and the challenges they wish to overcome. Similarly, as you explore and deepen your understanding of the fascinating world of crystals, you will continuously discover new and exciting ways to enhance your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Each new technique you learn, each healing practice you embrace, and each spiritual goal you set may require a specific type of crystal with unique properties and energetic signatures. Just as a carpenter's diverse collection of tools enables them to tackle countless projects, from crafting a delicate doll carriage with intricate details to repairing a leaking roof that protects an entire family, crystals serve equally diverse and powerful purposes in your spiritual toolkit. You can create a sensitive pendulum for divination and guidance, build a powerful love grid to attract meaningful relationships, realign and balance your chakras for optimal energy flow, or direct focused life force energy toward achieving specific goals and manifesting your deepest desires. The possibilities are truly endless when you understand how to work with these magnificent gifts from the earth. The first and most crucial step in building your crystal collection is developing clarity about your specific intentions and needs. Determining the exact purpose for each crystal you acquire is absolutely essential for making wise choices that will serve you well on your spiritual journey. A crystal chosen specifically for heart chakra healing and emotional balance will have very different properties and energetic qualities from one selected to serve as a powerful focus stone in a forgiveness grid designed to release old wounds and create space for new love and compassion. However, it's important to understand that crystal selection is beautifully flexible and intuitive. There is rarely one single correct choice for any particular situation. The more specific and clear you become about your genuine needs and heartfelt intentions, the easier and more natural it becomes to find exactly the right crystal ally to support your goals. Saying something vague like, "I need some crystals to feel better," is simply too general and unfocused. It's very much like a carpenter saying, "I want to build something," without any clear vision or specific project in mind. Without a focused goal and clear intention, making an effective selection becomes unnecessarily difficult and often leads to frustration or disappointment. Instead, consider developing specific, heartfelt intentions that will guide your selection process. Do you need to create a powerful elixir specifically designed to promote deep, restful sleep and peaceful dreams? Are you actively seeking a crystal ally to support and enhance a transformative shamanic journey or deep meditative experience? Do you want to balance and harmonize the energy in a specific area of your home or sacred space, creating an environment that supports healing, creativity, or spiritual practice? Your personal goals, developing skills, and sincere intentions play absolutely crucial roles in selecting the perfect crystal companions for your journey. Once you achieve this essential clarity about your needs and desires, the next important step is seeking expert guidance from those who have walked this path before you and gained wisdom through experience. Lesson 2. Finding your perfect crystal match through research and intuition. Understanding your specific need is certainly the essential first step in acquiring the right crystal for your purpose. However, simply knowing that you need a crystal for healing, protection, or manifestation doesn't automatically reveal which particular stone will serve you best. This is where the beautiful art of research, intuition, and seeking wisdom from experienced practitioners becomes absolutely invaluable. Let's return to our helpful birdhouse example from our previous lesson. We determined that we needed a saw for our project, but with dozens of different types of saws available in the marketplace, each designed for specific tasks and materials. How do we know which particular saw will serve our specific needs most effectively? The answer lies in combining experience with trusted guidance. Either we draw upon our own accumulated experience and knowledge, or we seek wisdom and direction from someone who possesses the expertise we currently lack. This invaluable guidance can come from many sources: a knowledgeable person who has mastered the craft, a comprehensive book written by an expert, a detailed manual filled with practical wisdom, an educational video that shows techniques in action, or any other trusted source of reliable information. As we gather different perspectives from various sources and combine this external wisdom with our own growing knowledge and intuitive understanding, we gain the valuable education and confidence needed to make excellent choices that will serve us well. When it comes to selecting crystals for healing and spiritual work, you may not have access to a local expert who can provide personal guidance and hands-on instruction, but that's perfectly fine and certainly not a barrier to your success. There are numerous high-quality books, comprehensive websites, and extensive online resources available to support your learning journey. The main challenge often lies in sorting through all the available information to identify truly trustworthy sources that provide genuine insights and practical wisdom, rather than simply trying to sell products or promote particular brands. This process of research and evaluation can sometimes feel time-consuming and occasionally frustrating, especially when you're eager to begin working with crystals immediately. However, this investment in learning pays tremendous dividends in helping you make informed choices that truly serve your highest good. Let's explore a practical example of how to choose the right crystal for a specific purpose using research and intuitive guidance. Imagine you're seeking enhanced artistic inspiration and creative flow. Can crystals genuinely help with this goal? If so, which specific stones would be most beneficial? And equally important, how do you work with them most effectively to achieve your desired results? Through careful research, you might discover that amethyst is widely recognized and celebrated for its remarkable ability to enhance creativity and artistic expression. Pure amethyst carries the exact color frequency of creativity and inspiration. As the natural world cycles through continuous renewal and regeneration, we too can prepare ourselves for new creative endeavors by allowing dedicated time for deep reflection, inner contemplation, and spiritual insight. Amethyst's powerful energy proves especially beneficial in artistic endeavors that require fresh, original ideas while honoring and utilizing traditional methods and time-tested techniques. Other respected crystal experts and experienced practitioners offer additional valuable recommendations that can enhance your creative practice. Some suggest celestite for its uplifting, expansive energy that naturally encourages inspiration and opens awareness to new possibilities. Others recommend moss agate for fostering a healthy sense of realism and practical thinking that can ground creative visions in achievable reality. Still others advocate for magnesite, which enhances mental clarity and heightens conscious awareness. However, research represents only one important aspect of crystal selection. Equally valuable is developing your own intuitive connection with the stones themselves. This involves learning to sense their energy, feeling their resonance with your personal energy field, and trusting your inner guidance about which crystals call to you most strongly. Lesson 3. Mastering the crystal marketplace. Research and smart shopping. Selecting the perfect crystal, gem, or healing stone can initially feel challenging and overwhelming, especially when faced with countless options and varying price points. That's exactly why this comprehensive lesson focuses on two absolutely crucial steps in the crystal acquisition process: developing a solid understanding of the marketplace and learning to identify trustworthy, knowledgeable dealers who will serve your best interests. Our earlier lessons emphasized the fundamental importance of clearly identifying your specific needs and intentions before acquiring any crystal. We also learned that seeking expert advice about choosing the right type of crystal for your particular purpose is not only beneficial, but often essential for success. Now that you have developed a clear idea of what you need energetically and spiritually, the next important step involves selecting exactly the right individual stone from the many options available. But how do you make the most informed and beneficial choice possible? In the established diamond trade, experienced merchants rely on what are known as the 4 C's: cut, clarity, color, and carat weight, to help customers understand a diamond's true value and market worth. These 4 standardized factors work together to determine a diamond's brilliance, overall brightness, aesthetic desirability, and ultimate price point. As a certified graduate gemologist trained by the prestigious Gemological Institute of America, I have extensive understanding of how these critical elements work together harmoniously to establish a diamond's official grade and corresponding market cost. However, the crystal and healing stone marketplace operates very differently and lacks such comprehensive standardized grading systems. Unlike the diamond trade, which is carefully controlled and regulated by a relatively small number of major companies worldwide, the crystal and healing stone industry is refreshingly vast, diverse, and largely unregulated by government agencies or industry organizations. This means there are no official governing bodies setting universal standards, no centralized price controls dictating what stones should cost, and no universally accepted grading standards that apply across all dealers and suppliers. If the traditional diamond trade resembles a modern, well-organized department store with clear pricing and standardized quality measures, then the crystal business is much more like the exciting Wild West of the 1800s, full of adventure, opportunity, and the need for personal discernment and wisdom. The excellent news is that the internet makes it remarkably easy and convenient to thoroughly research the current market value of virtually any crystal or healing stone before making a purchase decision. Numerous reputable dealers, online marketplaces, and platforms such as eBay offer extensive selections of crystals for sale at competitive prices. Just a few minutes of focused comparison shopping can provide you with a comprehensive understanding of current market prices and help you identify fair deals versus overpriced offerings. Buying a crystal intelligently is very much like purchasing a reliable used car. You certainly wouldn't walk into a dealership without first researching current market prices, understanding the features and benefits of different models, and knowing what represents good value for your investment. Similarly, wandering into a crystal shop without any background knowledge or price awareness can easily lead to significantly overpaying for stones or making choices that don't truly serve your needs and intentions. Let's work through a practical example that illustrates this research process clearly. Suppose you want to reconnect emotionally and spiritually with a loved one who has become distant or with whom communication has become strained or difficult. Through your research, you discover that a Herkimer diamond sachet might be ideal for this particular intention and healing goal. First, a quick search reveals that a Herkimer diamond is actually a special type of naturally double-terminated quartz crystal found specifically in Herkimer County, New York. Despite its name, it's still quartz rather than an actual diamond, but its exceptional clarity and unique formation give it diamond-like brilliance and powerful metaphysical properties. Since you plan to use this crystal in a fabric sachet for carrying or placing under your pillow, it doesn't need to be absolutely flawless or particularly large to be effective. A brief online search shows that a 3/4-inch Herkimer diamond with good transparency and minimal inclusions typically sells for around $13, while smaller specimens with similar quality are available for even less. Armed with this valuable price information, you can now shop confidently either online or in physical stores, knowing exactly what to expect in terms of fair market value. If you encounter a half-inch stone with excellent clarity priced at $10, you'll immediately recognize this as a reasonable deal that offers good value for your investment. Lesson 4. Building relationships with trusted crystal dealers and sources. When shopping for crystals and healing stones, it's essential to remember that you should always shop for genuine value rather than simply seeking the lowest possible price. As the legendary investor Warren Buffett wisely observed, "If you don't know jewelry, know your jeweler." This profound piece of wisdom applies perfectly to the crystal and healing stone marketplace as well. The gem and crystal industry operates with very few regulations or oversight organizations, which means that many stones in the marketplace have undergone various undisclosed treatments, enhancements, or modifications that aren't always clearly communicated to buyers. For example, many emeralds are routinely oiled to enhance their apparent clarity and reduce the visibility of natural inclusions. Sapphires, rubies, and even some varieties of quartz are sometimes created in laboratories rather than formed naturally in the earth, yet may not be clearly labeled as synthetic. Some diamonds have their natural fractures filled with glass or special polymers to improve their appearance. Tanzanites are typically heat-treated brown zoisite rather than naturally occurring blue stones. And unfortunately, completely fake turquoise made from dyed materials is extremely widespread in the marketplace. Understanding all these various market manipulations, treatments, and potential deceptions can feel overwhelming and technically difficult. But here's the encouraging news. You absolutely don't need to become a certified gemologist or technical expert to avoid being taken advantage of or making poor purchasing decisions. The key to success lies in developing relationships with trusted, reputable sources, dealers who possess genuine expertise, extensive experience, and solid reputations built over time through honest business practices and customer satisfaction. The internet serves as your most powerful ally in identifying and evaluating reputable sellers and trustworthy sources. When researching potential dealers, look carefully for several important indicators of reliability and expertise. Seek out sellers who have accumulated numerous positive social media reviews and consistently high ratings from previous customers over extended periods of time. Look for comprehensive customer testimonials that provide specific details about positive experiences rather than just generic praise. Pay attention to whether the dealer demonstrates genuine expert knowledge through educational content, detailed product descriptions, and helpful guidance rather than simply focusing on making sales. Choose sellers who operate well-established businesses with diverse product selections, extensive inventories, and evidence of longevity in the marketplace. Most importantly, seek out dealers who prioritize educating their customers about crystals, their properties, and their proper care, rather than simply trying to sell them products without regard for their actual needs or best interests. A truly reputable crystal dealer will take time to understand your goals, offer appropriate recommendations based on your specific intentions, provide honest information about any treatments or enhancements their stones may have received, and stand behind their products with reasonable return policies and customer service support. They will be able to answer detailed questions about the origins of their stones, the metaphysical properties of different crystals, and proper care and cleansing techniques. They will also be transparent about their pricing structure and willing to explain why certain stones cost more than others based on factors like rarity, quality, size, and source location. Building relationships with one or two trusted dealers often proves far more valuable than constantly shopping around for the lowest prices from unknown sources. Reputable dealers often provide loyal customers with early access to new arrivals, special pricing on bulk purchases, and personalized recommendations based on their growing understanding of your interests and collection goals. Remember that in the crystal world, as in many areas of life, the cheapest option is not always the best value. A slightly higher price from a trusted source often provides significantly better value through guaranteed authenticity, superior quality, excellent customer service, and the peace of mind that comes from working with honest, knowledgeable professionals who genuinely care about your success and satisfaction. Lesson 5. Developing your intuitive crystal selection skills. Now that you understand the importance of research and working with reputable dealers, it's time to explore the equally important intuitive aspects of crystal selection. While knowledge and research provide an excellent foundation, developing your natural ability to sense and connect with crystal energies will dramatically enhance your success in choosing stones that truly resonate with your personal energy field and specific intentions. Many experienced crystal practitioners report that their most powerful and effective stones were chosen through a combination of research and intuitive guidance. This approach involves using your logical mind to narrow down appropriate options based on metaphysical properties and intended uses, then allowing your intuition and energy sensitivity to guide you toward the specific individual stone that calls to you most strongly. When you visit a crystal shop or browse online selections, take time to quiet your mind and center yourself before making your final selection. If shopping in person, hold different stones in your hands and notice any sensations, temperature changes, tingling, or energetic responses you might experience. Some people feel warmth, others notice cooling sensations, and many report subtle vibrations or pulsing energies. Trust these initial impressions and bodily responses, even if they seem subtle or uncertain at first. Your sensitivity to crystal energies will naturally develop and strengthen with practice and experience, If shopping online, take time to carefully examine photographs of individual stones, noticing which ones seem to catch your attention or create a sense of attraction or resonance. Pay attention to your first instinctive responses rather than overthinking your choices. Sometimes the stone that immediately draws your eye or creates a sense of excitement or curiosity is exactly the one that will serve you best, even if it doesn't perfectly match your preconceived ideas about what you thought you wanted. It's also important to consider practical factors alongside energetic considerations. Think about how you plan to use your crystal. Will you carry it in a pocket, wear it as jewelry, place it on an altar, use it for meditation, or incorporate it into healing layouts? The intended use should influence considerations like size, shape, durability, and whether you need a polished or rough specimen. For example, if you plan to create a crystal elixir, you'll want to ensure your chosen stone is safe for water contact and doesn't contain potentially toxic minerals. If you intend to carry a stone daily, you might prefer a tumbled specimen with smooth edges rather than a rough crystal that could be uncomfortable in your pocket or could damage delicate fabrics. Consider also whether you're drawn to the raw, natural energy of rough, unpolished crystals or prefer the refined, concentrated energy that often comes with professionally polished and shaped stones. Both approaches have their merits, and your personal preference may vary depending on your specific intentions and the type of work you plan to do with each crystal. Remember that crystal selection is a deeply personal process, and what works beautifully for one person may not be ideal for another. Trust your own experience and developing wisdom rather than feeling obligated to follow rigid rules or other people's recommendations. The most important factor is that you feel genuinely drawn to and excited about working with your chosen stones. As you continue building your crystal collection over time, you'll likely discover that your preferences and sensitivity continue to evolve and deepen. Stones that didn't initially appeal to you might suddenly seem perfect for your current needs, while crystals you once loved might feel less relevant as your spiritual path develops and changes direction. This natural evolution is perfectly normal and reflects your ongoing growth and expanding awareness. Lesson 6. The Essential Art of Spiritual Cleansing, Preparing Your Crystals for Sacred Work. Now that you've carefully selected your perfect crystals using both research and intuition, it's time to prepare these powerful tools for effective healing and spiritual work. Just as a skilled chef wouldn't use dirty cooking utensils to prepare a nourishing meal, you shouldn't work with crystals that carry accumulated negative energy or spiritual residue from their journey to reach you. Crystals are remarkable natural absorbers of both positive and negative energy from their environment. Like energetic sponges, they continuously pick up and store various types of energy from everyone who handles them, every location they visit, and every situation they encounter. When crystals become overloaded with excessive negative energy, they must be cleared and spiritually cleansed to restore their natural balance and optimal effectiveness. This comprehensive process removes accumulated negative energy and returns the crystal to its pure, natural state of harmony and balance. Think of spiritual cleansing as giving your crystals a refreshing, energetic shower that washes away everything they've absorbed and allows their true essence to shine through clearly once again. Understanding negative energy is crucial for effective crystal care and maintenance. Negative energy serves as the fuel for destruction, illness, chronic worry, persistent guilt, depression, anger, fear, and other harmful emotions that can drain our vitality and block our spiritual growth. While negative energy represents a natural part of life's experiences and cannot be completely avoided, an overabundance of it becomes genuinely unhealthy for both people and crystals. You have almost certainly sensed negative energy in various situations throughout your life. Perhaps you've noticed how a room feels heavy and tense after a heated argument, or observed how children instinctively recoil and become upset after witnessing conflict between adults. You might have experienced the draining sensation of spending time with chronically negative people, or felt uncomfortable in locations where traumatic events occurred. Crystals experience and absorb these same types of negative energies, and like people, they can become significantly imbalanced when exposed to too much negativity without appropriate clearing and restoration. When crystals are energetically out of balance, they lose much of their natural effectiveness and may even feel energetically dead or unresponsive. The beautiful process of spiritual cleansing works by utilizing the natural balancing forces of the four classical elements: fire, water, air, and earth, to restore harmony and optimal function to your crystal allies. This time-honored approach immerses crystals in nature's own purifying energies, bringing them back into perfect alignment with their natural state of balance and vitality. The ancient Greek philosopher Empedocles, who lived in the 5th century before Christ, proposed that all matter in the universe consists of 4 fundamental elements working in dynamic relationship with each other. Fire and air represent outward-reaching forces that draw energy from the vast universe and cosmic sources. Earth and water represent inward-turning forces that gather and concentrate energy from within our beautiful planet itself. Each of these 4 powerful elements can effectively cleanse and rebalance crystals when used with proper intention and respect. For the purposes of this foundational course, we will focus specifically on learning to work with the element of water as a highly effective spiritual cleansing tool. Water represents the most accessible and gentle cleansing method for beginners, and it works beautifully with virtually all types of crystals and healing stones. Lesson 7. Mastering water cleansing, the gentle power of purification. Water carries some of the most powerful and transformative cleansing energies available in nature. This precious element symbolizes emotions, intuition, adaptability, and the ever-changing flow of life itself. Water naturally purifies, gently rinses away accumulated negativity, and lovingly restores balance and harmony, making it one of the most effective and widely accessible cleansing elements for crystal care and maintenance. When working with water for crystal cleansing, it's important to remember that all water used in this sacred process should always be returned to the earth afterward. This allows our generous Mother Nature to naturally dissipate and transform any negative energy that has been absorbed during the cleansing process, completing the cycle of purification and renewal. Flowing water is generally much more effective than stagnant sources for crystal cleansing because moving water carries amplified life force energy and possesses greater power to wash away accumulated negativity while simultaneously recharging your crystals with fresh, vital energy. Natural mountain streams from unpolluted sources represent the most ideal choice when available. These pure waters carry the concentrated life force of the mountains and have tremendous cleansing power. Large lakes with active wave action also work beautifully because the constant movement helps remove negativity, while the expansive body of water provides stable, grounding energy. For most people, natural spring water offers the most practical and accessible option for effective crystal cleansing. High-quality bottled spring water is readily available, affordable, and maintains much of the natural energy and purity of its original source. Here's a simple yet powerful method for cleansing your crystals with spring water that you can easily perform in your own backyard or any outdoor space. You'll need a clean colander or strainer, 1 or 2 bottles of natural spring water, and of course the crystals you wish to cleanse and recharge. Begin by taking all your materials outside into natural sunlight, as the sun's energy will enhance and amplify the cleansing process. Place your crystals gently in the colander and set it on the ground, preferably on natural earth rather than concrete or artificial surfaces when possible. Take a moment to center yourself and set clear intentions for the cleansing process. You might offer a short prayer of gratitude to the water spirits, ask for the highest good of all involved, or simply state your intention that all negative energy be lovingly removed and transformed. Slowly and mindfully pour about 16 ounces of spring water over your crystals, taking approximately 2 to 3 minutes to complete the process. This slow, deliberate pace allows the water to thoroughly contact every surface of each crystal and gives time for the cleansing energy to penetrate deeply into the stones. Halfway through the process, gently turn or flip your crystals to ensure that all surfaces receive equal cleansing attention. After completing the water pouring, allow your crystals to dry naturally in the sunlight, which adds an additional layer of purification and energetic charging. Once they're completely dry, gently wipe each crystal clean with a soft, natural cloth and store them carefully for future use. Don't forget to rinse your colander thoroughly with fresh spring water and allow it to dry completely in the sunlight as well. Rainwater represents another excellent natural purifier, especially when collected during gentle, cleansing storms. However, ensure the quality of your collected rainwater by allowing at least 10 minutes of rainfall before beginning collection, as this initial period helps wash pollutants and atmospheric dust from the air. For those fortunate enough to live near clean ocean waters, seawater provides incredibly powerful cleansing due to its natural mineral content and the constant action of waves. If using ocean water, submerge polished crystals in the waves for just a few minutes, Then rinse them thoroughly with fresh water to remove salt residue and allow them to dry naturally in sunlight. Be cautious with salt water around crystal clusters or porous stones, as salt residue can be difficult to remove completely from small crevices and may cause damage over time. This concludes lessons 1 to 7. Please continue to video number 2. See you there.